food crops other than grains. So food crops that are not grains. Okay, first we will learn about sugar cane. Sugarcane requires hot and humid climate. Again, the sugarcane also requires hot and humid climate. So this is a tropical as well as subtropical crop. Okay, so while growing sugarcane, temperature temperature, there should be a temperature at least of 21 degrees Celsius to 27 degree Celsius, and rainfall should be 75 to 100 centimeter. Okay, so India is the second largest producer of sugar cane, and in India, UP, Maharashtra, Punjab, Haryana, Karnataka, and Andhra Pradesh are the major states that grow sugarcane in our country. Okay, sugarcane is also a source for sugar, gur, and khansari. Okay, that means the from sugarcane we can make sugar, gur, and khansari. Okay. Next we have is an oil seed. Okay, so many varieties of oil seeds are grown on about 12% of cropped area of the country. Major oilseed products are groundnut, mustard, soybean, linseeds, cottonseed, okay, sunflower, etc. are the raw materials from where the oil is extracted. Okay, Gujarat is the largest producer of oilseed in India. So Gujarat is the largest producer of oilseed in India. It is used to make soaps, cosmetics products, and ointments. Okay, groundnut is the major oilseed produce and is a kharif crop. Okay, so the raw materials of oilseed is groundnut, mustard, soybean, linseed, cottonseed, from where the oil is extracted. And the Gujarat is the largest producer of oilseed, and these oilseeds are also used in making soaps, cosmetics products, and ointment. Okay, so this much you have to remember. Next we come to tea. So tea is very well known to you all. Okay, so India is the third largest producer of tea. So India is the third largest producer of tea. Okay, so major states that grows tea are Assam, West Bengal, Kerala, Uttarakhand, Tripura, and Meghalaya. Okay, so tea also needs fertile soil and warm climate. So it also requires fertile soil and warm type of climate, not very cold, not very hot. Okay, so it is a beverage crop. So it is a beverage crop, as you all know. Tea is the labor intensive industry which requires abundant, cheap, and skilled labor. So it is a labor intensive means the use labor is required in this type of industry. Okay. Next we have coffee, and coffee is also a beverage crops. Okay, coffee. India produces 3.2% of the world coffee production. So India produces very less amount of coffee. So Indian coffee is well known in the world for its good quality, but it produces a very good quality of coffee. Okay, the states which grows coffee are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala. Okay, so these are only the states that produces coffee. Okay, next coming on we have horticulture crops. So what are the horticulture crops? Horticulture crops include both the fruits and vegetables. So it includes the cultivation of both the fruits and vegetables. Okay, so in horticulture means cultivation of both fruits and vegetables. So India ranks second in horticulture. Okay, India produces both tropical as well as temperate fruits. Okay, so India have India produces both the tropical and temperate fruits. So that means India produces many types of fruits, and this with that, the name of the states are also given. You can go through it by yourself. Okay, so and learn the states in which the different types of fruits are grown. Okay, this I leave for you all to study by yourself. Okay, now moving on, we have non-food crops. In the non-food crops, first we have rubber. Rubber is mainly an equatorial crop, but under special condition it is also grown in tropical areas. So actually rubber is a equatorial crop, but in the special condition it can also grow in tropical areas also. Okay, rubber requires moist and humid climate, so it requires moist and humid climate. Okay, number 2, rainfall of at least 200 centimeter is required, and temperature should be above 25 degree Celsius. The states which grows rubber are Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andaman and Nicobar Island in India. Okay, so India ranks 4th in rubber production. Okay, so uses of rubber, you are well known with it. It is used in tires, okay, footwears, belts, tubes, etc. Okay, next we have fiber crops. Cotton, jute, hemp and natural silk are the 4 major fiber crops that is grown in India. The first 3 are the plant products, while the silk is obtained from cocoons of the silkworm. So it is obtained from the cocoons of the silkworm. Okay, and fed on green leaves, especially mulberry. So this process is called sericulture. Okay, so it is mainly obtained from the cocoons of the silkworm. So fed on the green leaves, especially mulberry. So this process is called sericulture. Okay, so this silk is not grown but is produced from the silkworms, and this process of producing silk from the silkworm is known as sericulture. Okay, moving on, next we have cotton. India is believed to be the original home of cotton. So India is this cotton is usually grown in the tropical areas. That's why it is believed that India is original home of cotton. So it is used in textile industry. So it is used in textile industry. For example, it is used in making clothes. Okay, cotton clothes. Okay, so India is the second largest producer of cotton. Okay, and the states which produces cotton are Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Okay, it takes 6 to 8 months to grow. So it takes 6 to 8 months to grow. Okay, and it requires high temperature and low rainfall. Okay, and it is usually grown in the black soil. Okay, next important non-food crop is jute. So it is used in ropes, bags and carpets, etc. So these jutes are used in ropes, bags, carpet, etc. It is known as golden fiber because this fiber is very strong. Due to its roughness, it is used to make bags, mats, ropes, carpets, etc. as I've already told, and it is grown in the fertile soil and the temperature should be very high. Okay, the states which grow jutes are West Bengal, Orissa, Bihar, Assam and Meghalaya. Okay, so West Bengal is the largest producer of jute in our country. Okay, moving on, we have the last important topic in this chapter is agriculture reform. So agriculture reform is the reform that had been made by the government to change or to bring some improvements in the field of agriculture production in our country. So it is the reform made with the development of technology in the field of agriculture production in our country. Okay. Number one is land reform. So, after independence, laws of land reform were enacted in which there was equal distribution of land by the government to all, but it was not implemented properly. So, after independence, that is during the 1960s and 70s, what happened? The government of India had made a laws of land reform, okay, in which the equal distribution of land should be there among the people of India, but it was not implemented properly, okay. And later on, government introduced agriculture reform to improve India's agriculture, like green and white revolution. Okay, green revolution is revolution in the field of agriculture, and white revolution is revolution in the field of milk. Okay, next is agricultural finance. Okay, now the government have established Gramin banks and all, and these Gramin banks have started giving loans to the farmers in very low interest. Okay, and they also provide the crop insurance to the farmer in case there is a famine or sometimes the crops fail. That time there will be a crop. This banks has provided a crop insurance to farmer also. Okay, in those cases the farmer, they don't have to pay the loans. So with this facility, the farmers are getting loan from the Gramin banks, and they are investing these loans in growing different types of crops with the modern technology and high yielding varieties of seed. So these are the facilities they are getting from the government. Okay, next we have is land development program. So in 1980s and 1990s, many institutional and technical reform were made under the comprehensive land development program. So provision of crop insurance against the drought, flood. So this I have already discussed in the government agriculture finance. Okay, now we move on to the other reforms, that is Kisan Credit Card scheme for giving easy and cheap loans to small farmers. So this also gives easy and cheap loans to the small farmer. Next is special weather bulletins. So, and with the special weather bulletins, the farmers will know about the weather condition beforehand only, so that they can think about the safety of their crops. Okay. Next is agriculture program for the farmers were in. So from the agriculture program, they also know how to grow crops, and about the high yielding varieties of seeds and fertilizers and all. So they will get to learn more about more through these programs. Okay, so that all these things will help in growing crops and to increase the production of crops. Okay, government also has announced minimum support price for the various agriculture products like cereal, pulses and others to check the exploitation for the farmers by middlemen. So to check the exploitation of farmers by middlemen, government also have announced the minimum support price. So the price of the agriculture products are fixed. Okay, by that the middleman or will not be able to exploit the farmer, as the farmers will already know about the prices that the government had fixed for the agricultural products. Okay, so besides this, the government has also established Indian Council of Agriculture Research, okay, agriculture universities to do research in the agricultural products. Okay, so all these things are the facilities that had been given by the government to the farmers of our country. Okay, so government is somehow helping the farmers to increase the production of crops in our country. Okay, so Because of all this policy only, Kisan were also now highly benefited and they are becoming rich, and now they have started using modern technologies in the farm land. Okay, Indian agriculture is facing a lot of problems since independent. Thus, the government of our country is trying to improve the condition of the farmer by introducing modern technology in the field of agriculture. So with this modern technology and modern ideas, what happened, the production uh, in crops, in agriculture products are increasing. So with that, we have completed this chapter. Your home assignment will be uploaded in your group. So with that, stay home, stay safe, keep learning, and have a nice day.